our power is going to be in our unity, sisters and brothers. It is what we build within our community. Because the opposition, sisters and brothers, watches us very closely. They know exactly where the cracks are. They know exactly where we are broken. They know exactly where we are divided. And that's exactly where they fit themselves, sisters and brothers. If we want to talk about Black Lives Matter, we got to make sure that Black life matters in the Muslim community first and foremost. If we want to talk about feminism, sisters and brothers, we need to talk about women's equality and women's empowerment in the Muslim community. The strongest asset, the most progress that you have seen in modern Muslim America, in modern Muslim North America, is the sisters who are at the forefront of the progress in our community. They are the fighters and they are at the front lines, and we need to continue to support them. We want to be included in the larger society. Let's reflect on the institutions that we create. Do we look around the table and make sure that everyone's included? Are we mindful of who's missing at the table? And do we take it upon ourselves to go out and intentionally find the people whose voices in the Muslim community are not being heard? Sisters and brothers, there's a lot of work to do outside the community, and there's a lot of work for us to do inside of the community. Sisters and brothers, a courageous, united, steadfast, committed Muslim community, nothing can bring us down. Nothing can beat us down. Our fear, sisters and brothers, is coming from our lack of courage, from the weaknesses in our faith. And if we put our trust in Allah, but also engage in publicly being Muslim, nothing will bring us down, sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers, I want you to think about something very important. I think Maya Angelou might have said this, a very revered writer in the United States. It's not important what you say, sisters and brothers. What people remember is how you made them feel. People are not going to remember the 5 pillars of Islam, but a homeless person will remember when a Muslim fed them when they were hungry. A black community is going to remember when they see immigrant Muslims show up to stand there and say, "You are our brothers and sisters and we are here for you." We have to remember, sisters and brothers, that we need to show people what compassion, love, and justice in Islam looks like. Da'wah with pamphlets on the street corners has only gotten us so far, sisters and brothers. I want to say that I am very proud to be an American Muslim born to Palestinian immigrant parents. I am very proud, sisters and brothers, to speak truth to power, because I believe that my activism is rooted in my faith and that spiritual work that we have to do on the inside, because I'm broken too, sisters and brothers. My heart breaks too. I get weak in my faith too, sisters and brothers. But then I remember that we are not on this earth to please man and to please other people, that we are here on this earth to please Allah and Allah only. And I want to also be able to answer the question on the day of judgment that we will all be on a line together, and you will be asked, what did you do when there was oppression around you? What did you do when young black men and women unarmed were being killed by law enforcement? Did you stand up? What did you do when families were being separated by unjust immigration systems that are tearing our families apart? What were you doing when there was increased homeless people that you walked over every single day? What did you do when people treated women badly? Did you stand up? Did you stand up against those in power and those tyrants? You will be asked, sisters and brothers, what your role is, and our role on this earth is not just to live for here, it's to live for our akhirah. So be prepared to answer those questions. And if you're not prepared now, may Allah give you more time on this earth so you have more time to prepare your answers, which are going to be to talk about your actions and deeds on this earth. Sisters and brothers, we're going through very hard times right now. And all we have is each other. Love one another. Support one another. This is not the time for Muslim organizations to be competing. This is not the time to ask why her and why him. This is a time to think about what your individual role is, sisters and brothers, and for us to work together to make our young people proud. Our children, sisters and brothers, are watching us and watching our every move. I am not concerned with my popularity, and that's not what we should be worried about. Malcolm X was one of the most hated men in America. But guess what, sisters and brothers? Malcolm X was also one of the most respected men in America. I care about respect, sisters and brothers. I care about dignity, sisters and brothers, and that is what our communities deserve. May Allah bless you all. May Allah protect you all and your families. And may Allah continue to instill the courage in us to stand and speak truth to power against the tyrants and those who continue to oppress us and oppress others around us. May we find the courage, sisters and brothers, to condemn all forms of terrorism by Muslims and non-Muslims alike. May we find the courage, sisters and brothers, to find our role in all social justice movements, not just those that are directly impacting our community. May we be the best that our community has to offer, the best that our faith has to offer. Because again, sisters and brothers, we follow a beautiful faith of justice, compassion, mercy, and love. Your God is a merciful God. And your God also, sisters and brothers, is a big God. Our God is not a petty God. Our God does not say only to stand for Muslims, because God created all people on this earth. Your God is a big God. And when you want an example of an activist, if you want to understand what it means to be a human rights activist, a social justice activist, a racial justice activist, open those books, sisters and brothers, and read about the seerah of the Prophet. Read between the lines, as they say, because you will find that we have the best of examples. We have the best activists to follow, and that is in the example that was lived by our Prophet, alayhi salatu salam.